Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 1 of the Loudmouth Perspective here on YouTube. I am Lucas Rojas. I am here debuting a brand new show here on YouTube, hoping to one day, break out on this YouTube thing. I've given it a try in the past. It hasn't worked. But I'm here today, and what you're going to see mostly on this channel are videos or podcasts featuring the latest wrestling news, rumors, headlines, all of that. I'm going to be reviewing WWE Raw shows, WWE pay-per-views, and all that good stuff. And every once in a while, if I find something interesting in the sports world, I'll also cover, MLB, baseball, NFL football talk, and NBA talk, because I don't really follow hockey, so I couldn't really talk about hockey. But yeah, this channel will mostly be dedicated to wrestling and sports. But let's get started, shall we? We all know by now that Brock Lesnar made his return last week on Monday Night Raw, and what a way to kick off things here for the WWE heading into the summer. Tonight, June 22nd, Brock Lesnar is advertised to be on Monday Night Raw as well with Paul Heyman. So a lot of things to be anticipated for tonight, and everyone's wondering what will follow. What will happen tonight involving Seth Rollins, the WWE Heavyweight Champion, and Brock Lesnar. Now, whether people like Brock Lesnar or not, and I'll be the first to say it, I'll be honest, I used to not like Brock Lesnar. I used to despise this guy. But it doesn't matter what I or anybody else thinks about Brock Lesnar. What matters is that he's what's best for business right now. And he's a top draw. And he's proven it since he came back in 2012 when he signed that 3-year deal with WWE. And now he's signed for another 3 or 4 years or whatever the deal is. But I think it's good for business the second time around now with Brock Lesnar back, because I think we're going to see a different side of Brock Lesnar. And I think WWE is going to utilize his talent in a different approach here in his second run with the company. And what I mean by that is they're going to use him the more proper way. They're going to put him in matches against top guys that are new right now, guys like Seth Rollins, guys like, well, we already seen him face Roman Reigns. But the problem with Brock Lesnar's first run was the fact that he was facing guys we've already seen him face before, like John Cena. And then they were beating that match down to death by having them face off like 3 times, which got boring and stale by the end. And then, of course, he faced Triple H, and there was no need for him to face Triple H, and he faced Undertaker. But now I think they're going to use Brock Lesnar differently. I think they're going to use him this time around to put over the future in guys like Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, and who knows, maybe even Kevin Owens. That's one of my dream matches, and I've been wanting to see that for the longest time now. I mentioned to my buddy at work, I want to see Brock Lesnar face Kevin Owens at WrestleMania 32 next year. So hopefully something like that happens. But, I have no doubt that Brock Lesnar's second run with the company is going to be much better than his first run. And it starts at Battleground when he faces Seth Rollins in 4 weeks. Now, what a show that's going to be. We all know the shit fest that Battleground was last year, but this year it's turning out to be amazing. An amazing card so far. They have 2 matches announced. Brock Lesnar against Seth Rollins for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And then, of course, they have Roman Reigns going up against Bray Wyatt. We don't know if John Cena is going to be facing Kevin Owens yet. I don't think it's been confirmed or official, but if that's added to the card, those are 3 amazing matches they have stacked here for Battleground, and it's looking to be a great pay-per-view. There's just this different vibe, this different atmosphere when Brock Lesnar's around, and I think he makes the product overall more interesting. He definitely brings back those old school wrestling fans whenever he shows up on Raw, because they're always curious to watch. They always want to know what Brock Lesnar's going to do and in what capacity will he compete at on Monday Night Raw, So tonight, hopefully something crazy goes down. I'm pretty sure there will be something that goes down, because this is the first time we're going to hear from Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman since the night after WrestleMania, and shit is bound to go down. I want to hear what Heyman has to say. I want to know what Lesnar has to say, and if he's going to snap. Because if you remember that night after WrestleMania, Lesnar F5'd Michael Cole. He F5'd the cameraman, and he got suspended. His actions led to him being punished. Will we see that side of Brock Lesnar, or will we see a more calmer Brock Lesnar this time around? And is he on the authority side? Because last week we saw Heyman shake Triple H's hand. So it looks like they're on the same page here. Last time we saw Lesnar, he was anti-authority. And that's kind of why the fans liked him even more, because Lesnar was just this complete badass who didn't care what stood aside of him. He was just going to take down anything and anyone that came his way. But this time around, it seems like Lesnar, he may be siding with the authority. I don't know. But the fans still seem to be behind Brock Lesnar. They seem to be pro Brock Lesnar. And who knows if he's a babyface? I don't even know if he's a heel. He's Brock Lesnar, damn it. I don't think he needs to be either one. And as far as Seth Rollins is concerned, well, I expect for the next few weeks for them to keep teasing this whole Seth Rollins and authority breakup, because eventually I think that's what this whole thing is leading to. At SummerSlam, the big match between Rollins and Triple H that everyone's been talking about for months now. We don't know if that's going to happen yet, but it pretty much is looking like it, because Triple H pretty much made Seth Rollins sign his own death at Battleground by facing the Beast Brock Lesnar. So it seems like Triple H had lost faith in Seth Rollins already, and it's leading to bigger things between those two breaking up and possibly facing each other at SummerSlam. It's going to be interesting for sure tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if Rollins gets more personal. We see a more darker, evil, and serious side of Seth Rollins that we've never seen before. I mean, he has to if he wants to be taken seriously heading into Battleground. You would figure WWE has to give this guy the microphone more for the next 4 weeks, and he has to cut some insane promos now on how he's going to beat the hell out of Brock Lesnar at Battleground. I think it's a given that we have to see something like that out of Seth Rollins, and that starts tonight. He has to look more serious, more powerful, and he has to gain some sort of advantage and momentum to at least make us believe in some way or fashion he could beat Brock Lesnar at Battleground. So, who knows? Maybe he'll take a few shots at the authority, or he's going to take a few shots at Heyman. Who knows what Rollins can do tonight? But I really want to see something different out of Seth Rollins tonight that we've never seen before. Not this coward, pussy, hide behind the authority Seth Rollins that we've been seeing for months now. I want to see something different out of Seth Rollins tonight that proves to the world that he can be taken seriously for once, and just a change coming in the WWE out of Seth Rollins. So hopefully we see something like that happen tonight on Raw. I have no doubt this is probably going to be one of the best shows WWE has booked for this year. They have 5 weeks to build up Battleground. Last week was one of those weeks, and now they have 4 weeks. So pretty much 1 month left to book this pay-per-view Battleground and hype it up as much as they possibly can. Let's hope they do a good job at it, because the last month was crazy. We had like 3 pay-per-views in a matter of 1 month. You had Payback, you had Elimination Chamber, and you had Money in the Bank, all following each other way too soon with barely any hype between those pay-per-views. But now they have pretty lengthy time for Battleground, and they can build that pay-per-view up nicely. So I expect big things out of Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins. And, who knows what Lesnar's going to do tonight. Like I said, stay tuned for that, and stay tuned for what Rollins will do tonight as well. I wouldn't even be surprised if we see a contract signing go down tonight, because as much as WWE loves to rush things, I think they might just get straight to the point and have Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar do the contract signing. And it would make sense for them to do this contract signing, because Seth Rollins might back down and not want to face Brock Lesnar. So in order for the authority to make sure this match goes down, they would have to have Seth Rollins' signature on a paper to make sure he confronts the Beast at Battleground. I think it would make sense to do some sort of contract signing here to make Seth Rollins look more like a pussy, and then in the end of it all, he signs and he says he's going to beat Brock Lesnar's ass. So I'm excited for tonight overall, and let's see what else happens. You have John Cena, who wasn't on Raw last week. I'm pretty sure he's going to be on Raw tonight to respond to what Kevin Owens said last week about him, and how he disrespected him at Money in the Bank by offering to shake his hand. And then, of course, he powerbombed the guest of Monday Night Raw last week, Machine Gun Kelly. So Cena's not going to take things too lightly tonight either. And it'll be interesting to see what Cena has to say. To me, right now, my favorite feud is John Cena versus Kevin Owens by far. I mean, this just feels like a main event feud. Feels like they're feuding over the world title rather than, the U.S. title or the NXT title or whatever. I mean, it's supposed to be like a mid-card feud because both champions are holding mid-card belts. But right now, Kevin Owens is main event material, and John Cena is main event material. I mean, he's a 10, what is it, 12, 13-time world champion or something like that. So this feud by no means screams mid-card level. This feud is possibly the best feud in WWE, and it damn sure feels like a main event championship feud. I have no idea why people look at it as a mid-card feud, and if they do, then they're crazy, because Kevin Owens, he's, as soon as he gets called up officially to the main roster, once he drops that NXT title and he comes to Raw in the WWE, he's going to be straight into the main event. He's going to be put into, and John Cena, I mean, come on. He speaks for himself. He's pretty much a main event star already. So, by far my favorite feud. Their match at Money in the Bank was my favorite match of the night, the show-stealing match of the night. And like I said, Kevin Owens is the best heel in the company right now. He has long way to go, but he's pretty good. And I can't wait to see what else we see out of Kevin Owens and John Cena. I love the fact that this feud is taking a different direction. It's getting more personal, more emotional, more intense. And I'm pretty sure that from now till SummerSlam, things are going to pick up. And you would figure that they have to have some sort of, like stipulation match, like a street fight or an I Quit match or something like that, because that's pretty much what this feud is leading up to. It's leading into a bloody mess. And we all know how Kevin Owens loves these kind of matches. So it wouldn't surprise me if by SummerSlam time we see some sort of, crazy match like that go down between Cena and Owens, which I'm pretty sure they'd be capable of pulling off successfully and stealing the show in a match like that. So yeah, these are just a few quick thoughts on what I have to say before tonight's Monday Night Raw. I don't want to give too much away because we have Raw tonight, and then I want to get more into that and talk more in depth about what I expect from now until Battleground and my predictions for Battleground. So I don't want to give it all away on this right now. This is just a quick little preview of what's to come for me in the future on this channel and for this show. And stay tuned for my Monday Night Raw June 22nd post show, because it'll be coming sometime this week, whether it's tonight, tomorrow, or Wednesday, but I'm definitely going to have it up sometime this week, and it's going to be good. It's going to be a lot longer, going to go much more into deep detail about everything going on right now with the WWE, and yeah, just stay tuned. And here comes the pain tonight. Stay tuned, guys. Peace.